Good day and welcome to this edition of Tigunia TipTok. My name is Dave Weiser with Tigunia, and today we're going to be talking about user tasks. Hidden in the activities section of almost all the role centers within Business Central is a queue with a lot of power behind it. It's labeled My User Tasks, and it opens up the world of user tasks to you and your organization. User Tasks was introduced in NAV 2018 and is a cool feature that can be used by you and your company to keep track of various things like support tickets, reminders, month-end closing checklists, and much more. You can create these user tasks for yourself, or they can be assigned to others or groups. Let's take a look at how this feature can help you or your organization. You can negotiate to user tasks by clicking on the Role Center queue here, or by searching for user tasks. We're going to go ahead and click on the Role Center queue. That's going to open up the pending user tasks page, where all the pending user tasks for you that are assigned to you or your group are going to be listed. From here we can create new tasks, we can manage those tasks, we can mark them as completion, or go to the specific task. We're going to be clicking on new, so we can create a new one at this point. When you click on new, the user task page opens and gives you a chance to set up a new task. We're going to set up one called Set Up Zip Codes. And you can enter a task description also. You can see that the username and the created by date automatically are filled in for you. In the Status Fast tab, you can go ahead and assign this group to you, or this task to you or to others. If you go ahead and click on the Visual or Assist Edit button, it'll open up a list of users in your organization. You can go ahead and select one, and it'll assign it to that user. You can also assign it to a user group if you want to. In this case, you might have a number of people that you want to see this task, or that have the opportunity to work on this task, so you want to assign it to the group. If you go ahead and click on the lookup box, you'll see that there's a list of groups. If one is not there, you can create a new one. We're going to create one here for the accounting group. And we'll assign users to it just by clicking on the username. You'll have an opportunity to select the user, or select any number of users that you want to be able to assign to that group, and click OK, and it now assigns this task to the user group. You can also set a due date on this task, on when it has to be completed by. You can set a % completion, so you keep track of the progress of the task throughout time. Also set a start date on when you want it to actually occur, and a priority on what to designate how important this task is. The user completed by and the completion date will be assigned as soon as this task is marked as completed. We'll do that in a minute. In the Task Item Fast tab, you can also link this task to a specific page or report. That way it gives the user or the user group easy access to the page where they actually need to do the work. So in this case, we're going to select page, and we'll select page 367, which identifies as the post codes table. Now from the task or from the list, you can then go to the Go to Task Item option from the menu, and you can see it actually opens up the zip code page for you, which is where you're going to be doing your work. So we'll go ahead and close that at this point. And at this point, this task is completed. So we can go ahead and go back to our list, and you can see that the task now appears on the list. We can now maintain it. We can mark it as completed if we needed to, or filter it by whatever we needed to see. If I go back to my Role Center, you'll actually see that I now have one task assigned to me. I'm going to go back into this, so we can add some additional tasks during this demonstration. Your ERP support team can also use this feature as a ticketing system if they need to. They can assign users or allow users to set up tasks that they can then work on if there's an issue with the ERP system with Business Central, or for any other, like I said, checklists that you might want to do. With the checklist feature, one of the things that you can do then is use a recurring feature within the tasks. So in this case, we're going to set up a new task, and we're going to call this Enter Payroll. And this is just going to be entering the payroll entries. Nothing too elaborate here yet. It's going to be assigned to our accounting group. The due date is the end of the month. It's not completed. Don't necessarily need to set a start date, and we're just going to call it a normal priority. At this point, we can also set the recurrence. And so if I go ahead and click on the recurrence button up here, we'll get a little dialog box that'll ask when we want to start that. So we want to start it for the end of June. Our recurrence, we want to set this up so that it's the last day of every month. So we're going to hit this formula here so that it always calculates the last day of the month. And we want to do it for the next 12 occurrences. Now when I click OK, we've actually set this now up to run every month. If I go back now to my list and refresh my page here, you'll see that it's set up tasks for every single month for the next 12 months. Now as we go through time, we can filter our list here, or actually see the number of user tasks. We have 13. If we can now filter this list if we need to only see the list that we want to see. You can see that it's showing all of these lists, even though I was part of a task and it wasn't assigned specifically to me, it was assigned to the user task group. So when one of these is done, you can either click on it here and open it, or I can mark it as completed. It drops it from the list. If I come back now to the list, or to my role center, you can see I now have 12 pending lists, because initially it's only going to show the open tasks, or the ones that aren't completed. I can go ahead to the filter pane and I can show all my tasks, which will show even the ones that are 100% completed. Especially this is helpful if I need to come in here and reopen it. I can go ahead and edit this and change my percentage of completion to something other than 100%, and thereby reopening that list. So with this option, it gives you the opportunity to keep track of things that you need to do, even if you want to use it only for yourself and kind of keep track of the things that you want to do within Business Central or outside of Business Central. That's possible too. By reviewing the features of this functionality, there may be other uses that you want to investigate. Go ahead and work with this and find out how it will best work for you. So take a look at it and see how these user tasks can help you. So thanks again for watching. We appreciate your attendance. Go ahead and subscribe to our station and click on the bell icon to be notified of future TipTok episodes that will be posted. Have a good day.